Hey everybody, TMrlegacybuilder here for more TV and the Waymakers Company. Hope you guys are doing great today. Wanted to reach out to you guys about the top 5 reasons you are not making money as a entrepreneur. I wanted to take and point out this and how to fix those reasons. So I wanted to go ahead and point out to you guys my top 5 reasons and why you're not making money as an entrepreneur in 2019 or period, depending on when this video is done. This came to me after going through a couple of things earlier, and when I'm on my way to a closing, shout out to my tiller, but this came to me when I was talking to a couple of people while I was in the gym, and it's a group of us, entrepreneurs. You got some high-paying or high-end employees, sweet type of employees. One of the guys, his name is Anthony. He's a accountant for, I think he said McKinsey or something like that. But he works remotely, go in the office maybe once or twice a week, but he travels a lot. So I'm gonna share this with you guys and telling you according to what occurred. So we sitting down after the gym at a LA Fitness. Shout out to LA Fitness. And while we're at the gym, you know, they got this little eatery area over there. Not in all LA Fitnesses, but in this particular LA Fitness in Georgia. So we sitting in the area. We usually take turns buying each other things to eat. And it was one of my friends, Keith, turn to buy something for everybody to eat. And Keith was like, hey, I can't really get it, you guys. You guys gonna have to go Dutch because I don't have no money, or you know. So we started laughing and everything like that. And I'm not gonna name everybody because two of the guys didn't want to be named, but we started laughing and everything. And one of the guys asked the question, it wasn't really a question, but he said it was a question. But he says, well, why you ain't making no money? You've been in business for 90 days, right? Why you not making any money? And he's an employee, you know. He doesn't have a high job. He's an employee for Delta, but you know, his thing was he tried the business thing and it failed, and he don't see the point of everybody on this trend of starting a business. So I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but just stick to it. You'll see why this is important. So he goes through all this, having this conversation, and as he's talking, he's really downing my friend, you know, in regards, which is, we all supposed to be friends. So he's downing our friend about him making his choice as a entrepreneur. So he goes, well, you know, T, but as a group he goes, Terrence, you know, Terrence, which is me, has been doing business, and he's had a lot of hard times, but he's always succeeding. And you've been in it for 90 days, and when Terrence was in it for 90 days, he had success, and you ain't have nowhere near the success. And when he said that, I had to interject, and here's one of the main reasons, you know, and where this whole video came from. I interjected and I told him, look, you can't compare somebody else's success with yourself. Everybody starts from a different place. So long story short, my friend, who basically was, you know, really didn't have the money, he didn't let it get to him, which is one of the things that you have to have as a entrepreneur in any type of business owner, is the resilience and the discipline and the strength within yourself to stand tall and stand true to what you feel. So I share that story with you guys because in that story is 2 of the 5 reasons why you're not successful as an entrepreneur, and also 2 things that you can fix to start becoming successful. The first one is the people you hang with. The people you hang with have to be like-minded. So one of the main reasons we as people don't become successful is the people that we hang with are mentally bringing us down. So a lot of people call it, the hype or just talk or confusion. But when you're hanging with people, your atmosphere, your environment, if you're in the wrong environment or atmosphere, it will bring you down. It will keep you from really being what you're capable to be. So if you hang around people who have a negative mind, eventually you'll have a negative mind. Subconsciously, you'll doubt yourself. And it's not about, hype talk and things of that nature to change your belief. If you subconsciously doubt yourself, you will not succeed. So in that story, the solution was for number one, we didn't not hang with him as much, but he was put in his place with the guy, and I don't really call it putting in his place because everybody really have an opinion, but he basically had to show the guy that he really believed in himself, and then it ended with him apologizing, and he just, like he said, he was concerned. So let me give you these reasons, and I shared that story to kind of give you some background on where this came from and why this video is important. So number one, your mindset. Your mindset is very important. And right now, if you know anybody who's always being negative to you and you've doubted yourself because somebody said something to you, and then later on you've seen your idea happen in the world, or you later on regretted it, put a comment below and let me know what that was or how you felt about that. But your mindset is number one. You want to make sure that you believe in yourself more than anything, because ultimately everything is up to you, and how you truly feel about yourself will determine your outcome. So number one is mindset. The second thing that's holding you back that you also can resolve is your environment, the people you hang with. It's okay to hang with those people, but if you got 1,440 minutes in a day, for example, and if you looked at that with money and you was looking for a return on your investment, you will look at life a lot different. A lot of people, when they put money behind their decisions, they change what they do. A lot of us only have jobs right now because of that almighty dollar. So if money is that important to you in your life right now, because we all need money, unfortunately, in the world we live in, money is important. I'm not gonna say currency, I'm gonna say money, because money allows you to have more choices and it allows you to make different types of decisions. So I'm not saying money is not important, but if money is one of the main things that help you make a decision, then you want to be around an environment of prosperity. So while your environment is stopping you from where you need to be, your environment can also put you where you need to be. So you really need to be in an environment of prosperity. Hang around not just like-minded people. I know you guys hear that a lot, but don't just hang around like-minded people alone. Hang around people who can add value to you, not just for your mind, but also for where you're trying to go. So here's a tip that I usually do for myself. When I'm hanging with people, I hang around somebody that in my mind could potentially be a customer in the near future or maybe in the future. And what I mean by customer, it doesn't mean you're going to sell something to them. They just have similarities. Or it could be someone that you would look to sell something to, that you can befriend. That way you can bounce ideas off of about your product or your services. And because you're hanging with somebody who you look at as a potential customer or who is like your customer avatar for your marketing, it would allow you to become more renowned in what you're doing, more on tune for what you're trying to do. So, and excuse that shaking, I'm on a little bumpy road in Georgia. There's a lot of roads in Georgia that have that. So your environment, and hang with people who add that value. You also want to hang with somebody who, to keep you humble, hang with somebody who you can help, but they also can help you. Maybe they are thinking of being a business owner, or maybe they are thinking of starting a business in some shape or form or anything like that. And by you talking to them and educating them on things that they can expect, it will remind you to put back in front of mind the importance and the different things in your business. Another tip that usually worked for me and helped me stay on top of stuff is giving the information back, not just the what and the why, but sometimes giving away the how that's not really costing me a lot of money to just add and give to somebody. That does wonders because it allows you to rethink and recapture that essence that gave you the fire to do what you're doing. So that right there in itself is a definite plus for you. That's a definite tip. So when you are surrounding yourself with like-minded people, I'm sure you guys always heard, don't just be like-minded people. Make sure that within that group of people, you have somebody that reminds you of a customer. That way you can really bounce ideas off of them, because you can ask other people. And let me tell you why that's important. You can ask other people or anybody, mom, dad, family, friends, loved ones. But remember, those aren't your true customers or your true clients. They're not really, even if they buy your product, that's not really your true client. And if it's not your true client, you're not able to get a first-hand perspective and review of, hey, is this a great idea, a good idea, or a bad idea? Because to me personally, there's not a such thing as a bad idea. It's just a bad idea for that particular person. Maybe that person isn't meant to do it. So keep that in mind. Those two things will do wonders for you. Having somebody to help will definitely help you, because it will allow you to, stay humble, but also put that fire back in your life, because you would recall and remember the things that you were doing when you first started that will allow you to stay strong and stern in what you're trying to do. So it's number 2. I know I got a little deep in that, but just wanted you guys to really grab the essence of the environment. It's very important. So the third thing, and this one right here was part of that resolution, clarity of your plan. A lot of people, when they start off, they really don't have a plan. And this plan part is not even just about marketing. It's just about that process. What exactly is your business model? I went to college, but college honestly didn't help me in business. College can help you in business a lot, so I'm not discrediting colleges. But in today's world, with so much going on, you don't necessarily have to go to college, but you do have to understand what you're doing. So clarity of business, clarity of your business model, really understanding how your process is going to work from the beginning when you first connect to the customer all the way to the end where the money is actually in your checking account, and business checking account, and your customer has received the product or has benefited from the service. So that's very important when you are having clarity of understanding for your business. So you need clarity of your business model. You gotta have the clarity of understanding for your business. Many people fail not because it's a bad idea, or not because they're not dedicated, not because they're in a bad environment. A lot of people fail because they don't have clarity of the business model. They don't know what to do with the business model. And there's a lot of ways out there for the business model that you can do. If you got everything going and you made a couple of dollars, but you can't do that consistently, post that in a comment if you're having a hard time doing that consistently. And I would love to answer your questions on how to make that consistent for you. So in the comments, if you're having a hard time making your money consistently, it might be because you don't have clarity of your business model. You don't have a real understanding of your process. So number 3 is the clarity of the business model. Know your process. That's also number 3 for why you're not successful as an entrepreneur. Number 4 is just as important as number 1. Marketing. Yes, clarity of a business model can have marketing in it, but marketing is important. Your marketing your marketing has to be congruent to your business and congruent to your customer. The customer is just as important as your idea, if not more, because the money is necessary for your business to grow. And if your business solves a problem that you created the business for, then your customer is very important. So the marketing is like knowing your customer. So I always tell everybody, you want to understand your marketing. You want to have phases in your marketing. Typically, depending on what type of business it is, you can have 3 phases, 5 phases, 7 phases. You could be as high as 20 phases. If you're just getting started, you probably only have 1 phase. But you want to have phases in your marketing. So that way, you understand your marketing and you understand where you need to be, and you're not going too big too soon, and you're able to really grab the customer, service the customer, and retain the customer. So marketing is very important. If you don't understand your marketing and you're trying everything because it's the bells and whistles and it's the latest thing, it's not going to work for you. So you want your marketing to be in order. Revisit your marketing, everybody. The 5th and final thing is you're not good with sales. Sales cures all, as Mark Cuban says. When you have a problem, almost always in business, sales cures all. Now let's look at that. The solution to that problem, of course, is sales. So by now you're at the end of the video, close to the end of the video, and if you haven't already noticed, the problem is also the solution. And a lot of times when you are faced with a problem, the problem is the solution. What that means is if you solve the problem, you created a solution that, if documented properly, will lead you to long success and will allow you to prevent that from happening in your world and in everybody else's world who might run into that issue. So if sales is your problem and you're having a hard time with sales, or any one of these problems that I've went over, or having a hard time with the solution for any one of these top 5, I want you to go ahead and click in the description and book a consultation, and we can go ahead and talk about it and really isolate that situation that you might be going through and create you a plan and a solution that will help you within your immediate and in the future. You know, it's always important to make sure that these 5 things is being solved. If you're doing all these 5 things and you're succeeding with these 5 things, mindset, environment, clarity of your business model, marketing, and sales, then you are succeeding right now as an entrepreneur. And if you are still not making it, stick with it. As long as you're doing those 5 things, you will be successful. But if you have any problems with those 5 things, I want you to click in the description below and schedule a consultation, and we can definitely get deep into that and talk about how you can fix it and what you can do to become better with that. This is TMrlegacybuilder here with More TV. Thanks for checking out the video. You guys have a good one. Peace.